All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back live from Fairbury Speedway for the Dirtkars Wissota Modified Series. Looks like we got 12 cars with us here tonight. We're going to have two full heats. Defending champion Michael Steele is fastest on the leaderboard right now. Heat race number 1 on deck, and that is going to have Michael Steele. I'm not sure why my starting lineup is not showing up here, but on the pole we got Michael Steele. Outside of him, we got the 51 of Michael Hermes. Third place, we got returning to the Dirt Car Series, Aaron Murphy. Newcomer Tinzer Tosh. In fourth, Mr. Devin Smith. And sorry, that's in sixth. Ray Andrews and that number 88 machine rolling off in fifth. So up front, we got Michael Steele. He's going to lead us to the green flag for heat race number 1. 10 laps for each heat race. Where they finish is where they're going to decide where they start. So good luck to all of our drivers. Thanks everybody for tuning in on this beautiful Thursday night down here in Fairbury. Green flag is in the air. 51 kind of got a jump on the outside. That might result in a black flag for him. Michael Steele is out to an early lead, followed by the number 11 car of Tosh. Ooh, 11 car gets a little too sideways. Michael Steele running more of a middle groove. Tosh down on the bottom. Ooh, Steele up into the fence. He's going to have the momentum going down the straightaway, though. He's still going to lead that lap. Tosh down low, running right next to the tires. Michael Steele trying to ride the rails up there and keep the momentum. Steele led that lap, or at least got credit for it. Tosh was right there, though. Tosh with the advantage going into turns 3 and 4. Steele gets him in the drag race down the straightaway, though. Back in third, we got Aaron Murphy battling with Michael Hermes. And then to Mr. Devin Smith bringing up fifth. Ray Andrews in sixth. Tosh and Steele continue to battle side by side. 3 laps to go. Steele's going to keep powering by him on that high side. He keeps the momentum and he gets it coming out of the corners. He can lay that power down. Final lap for Michael Steele and Kinzer Tosh. Looks like Michael's about to wrap this one up. Steele, Tosh, Murphy at the line, Hermes, Devin Smith, and Ray Andrews.
We go on green, right?
We do. You sit there.
All right, heat race number 2 on deck. Brandon Griffiths on the front row, Sean Patrick, Daniel George Sr. in third, Josh Walker in fourth, Jason Smith in fifth, and Justin Walbring in the 33 is going to be rolling off 6th. Quite a few newcomers. Oh, I forgot about Mr. Walker in that number 2 car rolling off P4. Griffiths, the newcomer to the league. George, Smith, all newcomers. Should be going green coming out of turn number 4. Green flag is in the air. Griffith jumps out to the early lead, followed by the 2 of Walker. Sean Patrick is up on that high side. Was watching Michael in the previous heat. Whoa! 45 clips a tire. Huge crash for the 45. Sean Patrick's going to take over the lead. But here comes the 8 of Smith on the high side. Smith must have been taking notes in the first heat. Smith started 5th. Almost dead last. He started in the last row. Now up to the point. Thanks everybody for tuning in on this beautiful Tuesday night. Appreciating you having us and cheering on your favorite driver. Justin Walbring bettering his starting position by 3 spots. You can see how much these guys are working that wheel while they're in there. He gave a flip to the crowd. Yes, you did. You're supposed to keep it dirty side down. White flag is in the air for Jason Smith. Smith is going to be the winner for heat race number 2. All right, we've got a couple minute warm up here. Grab yourselves a nice cold beer. Don't forget to go on down to Randy and say hi to him in the Chicken Shack. And we here on our opening weekend for the Chicken Shack Nationals, brought to you by Freedom 51 Racing. Thanks everybody for tuning in. This is a crown jewel event for tonight. The winner of tonight is going to get a mini car door. We will see you soon.
I'm sorry, I pushed her.
I think that's my fault. I'm having pedal problems. If I don't get them solved, I'm not going to go into the main. You need the track to be a little bit wide. No, I'm sorry, I hit that damn tire.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to go green flag racing for our A-main with our Wissota Modifieds. Brought to you by Freedom 51 Racing tonight. And the home of the Chicken Shack Nationals. All right, starting on the front row, Michael Steele, Jason Smith, our heat race winners. Row number 2, Kinzer Tosh, Sean Patrick. Row number 3, Aaron Murphy and Justin Walbring. Row number 4, Mr. Devin Smith and Daniel George Sr. Row number 5, Ray Andrews and Josh Walker. And shotgun on the field, Michael Hermes and Brandon Griffith.
Where did you come from?
Me either, but here we are.
All right, Michael
Get ready,
Steele. Jason Smith's going to lead us to the green flag. Green flag is in the air. Oh, we got a little bumping going on back further in the field. Michael Steele's going to jump out to a good lead. Tosh in that 11 car. Oh, gets tagged by the 26. Holds on to it. He was completely sideways. Smith up on that high line is falling back a little bit. Sean Patrick has moved up to third. Here comes the 41 of Aaron Murphy. Breaking into the top 5, looking to make some headway. Oh, we're going to get a little bottled up coming out of turn number 4. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in tonight. Let me know who you're cheering for in the chat. We're pretty early on into this one. Lap 5 out of 50. Michael Steele up front. He's got that number 5M hooked up and looking to pick off where he left off from last season. Does have the newcomer of Kinzer Tosh right on his back bumper. Sean Patrick in the 26 machine has worked his way up to third. Jason Smith has fallen a couple spots in the opening of this one. Aaron Murphy is right where he started. Ooh, caution is out on the track.
Sorry, gentlemen, latency issues popped up. I'm going to step away from the track. Y'all have a good race.
Looks like the 71 is having some connection issues. He is going to park it for the evening. Doesn't want to cause a problem. So we did have a caution, but no wrecks.
Are these restarts Delaware also?
Yeah. Second place car gets lane choice though.
Aaron Murphy charging up through the field. Now up to 4th on the back bumper looking for 3rd. Here he goes. Oh, Sean Patrick hard on the outside wall.
Alright, okay, third.
No caution is out yet. Let's go back and see what happened. Sean Patrick in that 26
I'm
car
definitely out of my element here. I'm
Ooh.
a sprint car guy, not big body dude.
comes down and gets into the side of the 8 a little bit. Breaks the right front off of that machine.
Could just be the track. I may not be very good here.
Since when we go on green?
Green flag is in the air. Michael Steele is going to lead us back under green flag conditions. Sean Patrick's in the pits trying to get some work done on that 26 car. Michael Steele has got that thing hooked on rails. Kinzer Tosh got a handful of laps under his belt here in the EFRL, but he's got a battle right now for 2nd place with that number 41 of Aaron Murphy. Behind them, we've got a battle for 4th between 3 cars. The 51 of Hermes working his way through this field after starting shotgun on it. He's sending that thing in there all the way. We're going to be 3 wide almost as we come out of turn number 3. Josh Walker down low with the Lock Dock Special. Got a tight battle for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Then we got another battle for 4th. Michael Hermes up 7 spots from where he started. Last season, it came down to a battle between him and Michael Steele for the championship, with Michael Steele barely eking him out. Tosh and Murphy going back at it side by side, swapping that position. Now here comes the 51 of Mike Hermes in the battle. He's going to get around Murphy to take over 3rd spot. Aaron Murphy with the crossover, move one down the back straightaway. Tosh trying to get any kind of speed to close that gap between him and Steele. Roll through our top 10 real quick. We got Michael Steele, Kinzer Tosh, Mike Hermes, Josh Walker, Aaron Murphy, Jason Smith, Ray Andrews up to 7th, Devin Smith in 8th, Justin Wahlberg in 9th, and Brandon Griffith has fallen to 10th in that donut car. Not real familiar with the UMPs, because he's normally a sprint car driver. So it might take him a little bit to acclimate to the more weight and less power of these bigger bodied cars. Thanks everybody for tuning in and spending your Thursday night with us. And don't forget to give a shout out to your favorite driver. We'll let them know you're thinking about them and cheering them on. Michael Steele setting down some pretty quick times still. Tosh has fallen back a little bit. Then they have a fairly big gap back to third place where Mike Hermes is residing currently. Murphy's got a back window full of the 2 car of Josh Walker in that lock dock car. Ooh, Murphy gets a little bit sideways, a little bit of contact between the two. Both drivers were able to keep going in the right direction. Sean Patrick with a little too much damage is falling out of this race. Here comes the number 8 of Smith back in the hunt. Ooh, Lockdock gets up into the wall, gets a little sideways, gets a little tap from the 8. 8 drops down to the bottom. He's going to try to take that position away from Murphy. He's got it. Keep an eye on that number 8 car. He seems to have figured something out here tonight. 20 laps to go. We're over halfway there. 2 cautions so far this evening. 1 for contact. Michael Steele just setting this track on fire. Michael stretched out that gap between first and second. About a quarter lap lead now for Michael Steele with 14 laps to go. Give a huge shout out to everybody watching at home for our season opener of the Chicken Shack Nationals EFRL Dirtkars Series, presented by Freedom 51 Racing and the 51 team of Michael Hermes. Tonight's race winner is going to get a mini door. And then another one's going to go to their champion at the end of the season. Michael Steele getting into some lap traffic now. He's going to have to be a surgeon and cut his way through to make sure he doesn't take any damage. Got Justin Walbring and Ray Andrews right in front of him. We haven't really talked about those too much. Oh, contact's made between the two of them. Eight laps to go for Michael Steele.
Hold on to it.
Josh has been able to close the gap some. Ooh, 45 of Griffith hard into the outside wall as Tosh goes underneath of him. 5 laps to go from Michael Steele. Kinzer, Tosh, and Michael Hermes are top 3 cars right now. Walker has caught back up to Michael Hermes. He's making an interesting 4 laps to the feature. Hermes doing everything he can to keep him behind him. Three laps to go for Michael Steele as we watch the battle for third place. It's the hottest battle on the track at the moment. Josh Walker pushing that car to the limits on that high side. White flag is in the air. Michael Hermes and Michael Steele and Kinzer Tosh. Here comes Steele out of turn number 4 for the first time of the season. Checkered flags in the air. Michael Steele, our winner. Kinzer Tosh in second. And Josh Walker is going to pull off in third.
Justin, I wasn't trying to be a dick. I worked hard to get that big of a lead, and I did not want the yellow to come out.
Top 3 cars to the front starting grid. Steele, Tosh, Walker. And then join me in the booth, please. Daniel, thanks for the follow, bud. I really appreciate it. It was good seeing you on the track tonight. We'll look for more races with you. All right, coming home in third tonight, number 2, the Lock Dock Special, Mr. Josh Walker. Not too bad. You were tied, I do believe, for the hard charger tonight. You were up 7 positions, I do believe, there at the end. Good job. Well, we only had, I do believe, 2 cautions tonight, 50 laps. You guys put on a pretty good show. There was great racing all around the track tonight. Good night all around for the number 2 car. All right, buddy. Anybody you want to give a shout out to tonight? All right, thank you very much, bud. And we look forward to this season. And we're going to see more of you, I hope, in Victory Lane. Making his EFRL debut tonight in the number 11 car, Kinzer Tosh. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Awesome. You had a pretty strong car. You had a pretty strong car all night. It looked good on the track. You were up there battling with Steele for a while, but it looks like as the laps went on, he just had a little more than you did, and he was able to pull away from you. Unfortunately, that tends to happen. You get frustrated with yourself and try a little harder, and then you just compound the problems. Well, you put on a pretty good show tonight. You had a good solid run in your heat race and brought home a P number 2 tonight in the A main. That's a good way to start the season off, though. All right, buddy. Well, congratulations. Who do you want to give a shout out to tonight? All right, buddy. Well, thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you back in action next week. No stranger to victory lane. We got Mr. Michael stealing that number 5 car, bringing home it in first place. Started on the pole, led every lap. Good job, Mike.
They were going to be. So, yeah, happy to come away with the win.
Well, you did a good job tonight. The car looked nice and smooth. For a while there, Tosh was right on your back bumper, challenging you every lap, every corner, but you stayed solid and kept that thing pointed in the right direction.
Yeah, he definitely seems pretty quick. He was right there in the street stock race as well as kind of 1, 2, 3, same people in both races. So yeah, I never really raced with Kenzer at all, but definitely seems pretty fast and looking forward to the rest of the season.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations. Starting off right where you left last season, winning in championships. So we look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, definitely a good place to start. So, as I said, hopefully we can go for our 3rd in a row.
And courtesy of Freedom 51 Racing, you won yourself another mini door panel.
Yeah, I've looks like I'll have a few coming in my way, or at least a couple. So, yeah, looking forward to getting that, having some new art to hang up around my rig and everything like that. So, yeah, appreciate Hermes for sponsoring the race, and was hoping he would get back up there. As soon as we were coming to the green, I saw how far he was out in front of me on the heat race, and I was like, Hermes, you're gonna get a black flag. And so I hate that he got that, and I know that I think he was battling with Josh for 3rd, 4th. So yeah, good race to him. They would fight back and get back at least up to the top 5, and appreciate him for sponsoring the leagues. Appreciate Sean for sponsoring the street stocks and all that. And yeah, I think it's gonna be a good season.
All right, buddy. Well, you better give me some shout outs before I let you go.
Yeah, appreciate Vivi and Marcy for allowing me to do this. Vivi was super happy until suddenly now, as soon as I start doing my interviews, she started losing it. So appreciate Marcy for dealing with that while I finish this up. And my parents, my dad always support me and watching me. You and Dean, Tom, for all y'all doing the broadcast. Archangel Custom Welding and Fabrication, Wall Stroughton Racing, Peanut Baker Racing, JBM 51 Racer, Steel Graphic Designs, Elite Performance Industries, Elite Bait and Tackle, Elite Crappie Jigs, Rice Bracelets, Mama Tribe Welding Caps. Hopefully that's all of them.
All right, buddy. Well, I like the new wrap. I dig those color schemes. Once again, you knocked that thing out of the park.
Yeah, I appreciate it, buddy. I was always, I'm sure I'll still do a white base eventually, but I always used to do white bases and love those. And Marcy finally talked me into doing a black one, and I'm hooked on them. So yeah, I'm a sucker for that white number and the white logo to stand out on the black base, and then some purple and teal to help out.
Yeah, I'm digging it. Well, congratulations on a clean sweep tonight.
I appreciate it, buddy. Looking forward to next week.
All right, we'll see you then.
Take care, buddy.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us here tonight at the Dirtkars Series on Thursday nights, Freedom 51 Wissota Modified Series. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back next week from Knoxville. You all have a wonderful night.
Steel Graphics and Designs creates custom racing wraps and logos built for the real world and iRacing. From bold liveries to clean, professional branding, every design is made to perform on and off the track. Ready to upgrade your look? Contact Steel Graphics and Designs for custom wraps. Visit Steel Graphics and Designs on Facebook to learn more.